You are watching True Way Television.
Dear parent, it's either you or the devil. Hi, viewers of True Way TV. This is CurrentMama, the only kingdom hot potato. I'm not alone. I am with my darling daughter, Miss K, and we are going to discuss this parenting thing because it looks like it's getting out of hand. So somebody has to stand up, somebody has to take a position, somebody has to be in charge of her children, and that is you as a parent. Yes, viewers of True TV. Like I said, I'm with my daughter, Miss K. Miss K, I brought you here today because I think parents somehow are losing their children or they are afraid to take their position as parents. Do you think we are really losing our positions as parents? And already the way I see things, it looks like we have done a lot of damage, or there's a lot of damage that has been done either by both parents and children. And what can you say about this statement that I'm saying?
That parents are losing their positions as parents.
Yes.
Well, I would say that not necessarily that parents are losing their positions, but it's a case of they are giving their power and positions away because they are ridding themselves of certain things that they need to face. Because I believe that as a parent, and when you have a kid, now it's a thing of you are being challenged on a daily basis. So now there's certain things that you just avoid because now it brings back so many things that you have been compressing and packaging. So they need to really come up and step up. I believe that there is a gap whereby they are not participating much in that space. They are just focused on my child needs to do better. They need to live a life that was better than mine. So they're focused on one angle, whereas parenting, I feel like it is holistic and has many aspects to it.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, but at the same time, I think we are having a problem as parents because when we try to, when I take my position as a parent, as a mother, to you as a child, somehow you reject me or you try to show me that you know better than I know because you went to school, I did not go to school. So you create this wall of communication, and I end up, going back, retreating, because I sometimes it is because I don't want to hurt myself, because hey, you kids can be something else. I'll do my best, but at the same time, you just showed me that I don't want anything. In fact, you know nothing about parenting. So how do I do that? Because this thing is opening a wedge of communication, a wedge between a parent and a child. And tomorrow you do something, I cannot come to you. I have to pray before I come to you. I have to choose words because, trauma. There are terms that you are using, trauma. I don't like this, I like that. And this thing is giving us problem as parents.
Okay, I hear you, understandably so. But then the thing is, with parents, you should know that to whom much is given, much is expected as well, right? So as a parent, you are the one that should set the bar. So now, what you're saying right now, you're speaking from a point of helplessness in some way, as if the child should make your life easier. You're not speaking from a place of authority and understanding your role as a parent, that now I have to speak to my child, I need to set boundaries, I need to teach them. And the thing is, with parenting, it is a process. Just because your child now is giving you attitudes, there is a wall. You must be able to know and pick up that no, this child now has turned 12. This
Good
child
one.
has turned 16. So there are phases. But then I won't just open up and be like, yeah, mama, because I'm understanding as a child that she's wanting to build a relationship with me. You are not coming to me saying, listen, I'm trying to build a relationship with you. You are just coming that by virtue of you being a parent, that automatically
Privilege.
means, automatically means that when she says, I want a relationship, I should run and go have a relationship with her. What does that even mean? What does that even look like? Who's meant to teach me all of these things if you are not the one laying everything on the table and saying this is how it goes?
I fully understand what you are saying, but being a parent, especially because we are not taught, there's no school for parenting. You just come up, you are a mother, you are a wife, and you have to do the boundaries and set the boundaries and teach your child. But you can only teach your child according to the knowledge that you have, not outside what you already have. And this is what I've been taught from my mother's house, and I'm just transferring what I know, maybe even little bit of what I've learned from other people, hearing from certain platforms, and I can incorporate that and use it in my own house. But there is this resistance. You know, children are very rebellious. You try your best, you teach, you set boundaries, everything you give your child that manual, that this is how we are going to do things in this family. But you get the resistance that ends up, breaking the relationship. And when it is broken, it is broken. And fixing is going to be difficult. How do you break through as a parent while the other party is not even willing to listen to you, because they think we are outdated, we don't have the plan, and we don't even understand how they do things, and they even forget that we were once young. And but how hey, this resistance thing is the one that is giving me a tough time.
Okay, I think the gap is the approach with everything. You said that you find yourself as a wife, as a mother. That statement alone, for me, it just says that you are not even planning this. You just got married, then you're like, okay, now it's time to have kids because that's what they told me. Parents do not take the time to actually think things through as to, okay, now I'm married, now I want to have kids. How do I actually want to raise my kids? Yes, I was taught that I must cook, I must clean, I must bath my children, make sure that they're fed, every day. That's fine. You don't have to lose everything, but have you taken the time to be like, I want to raise my kids in a certain way, and this is the steps that I need to do to achieve this. And obviously, you will definitely get resistance here and there. You will be challenged, and that's the aspect that I feel like parents are overlooking because they don't want to be challenged. When you see a challenge, it's like a kid shouldn't even challenge me. But then that's how a relationship is formed. Through challenges, now you can find other things and be like, okay, this person wants to be treated this way. It doesn't mean now I'm stripping you off of your parenting. But then everyone has different approaches, and I hear you better. For me, example, when you shout and you scream, it doesn't register. But then if you like, Kutlano, come, sit down, let's talk. I will consider what you're saying because I feel like, yeah, we can have a conversation. Some people, they are fine with, yeah, this. Yeah. I don't want none of that. So as a parent, it is your duty to go and find, okay, with this child, how am I going to approach this child to raise them in the way that I want, but also considering what they like. You shouldn't enforce yourself onto children. You must.
Yes, our dear viewer, this is the hot topic, just like my other name, Kingdom Hot Potato. this topic is very challenging itself, but at the end of the day, we need to have solutions to the problem, like Kutwan was saying. And there's this 3 Ps that they are talking about in first aid. They are saying it is to preserve life, and it is to promote recovery, and to prevent further injuries. So I think what we need to do as parents is to make sure that we preserve what we already have. You are having a child, make sure you have that little bit of relationship. So mine is to find ways on how to preserve what I have, so that I don't lose it even further. And we promote recoveries, meaning now it is my responsibility as a parent to find ways on how to promote recovery. And this one, I think one of the other things that we can promote a recovery of a wounded relationship is finding time of yourselves, maybe going out, going for games, having games in the house with this person, the child that you are having a problem with. Because the more you play together, the more you talk together, the more you go out, it's how somehow you are going to learn or see things that you did not even know about your child, and she's going to understand you, or he is going to understand you even better as a parent. Okay, mama is like this, okay, this is how, and you end up seeing that, we didn't even have to fight to reach a certain stage of or to reach a mutual understanding, but you needed to understand each other and find ways on how you can do that. And another P says promote, I said it's promote, preserve, and prevent further injuries. Already we are having a relationship that has been hurt, it is wounded, some of them are even bleeding. So mine as a parent, together with my child, is that we need to prevent anything. If I feel that this discussion is going to open the wound, let us not go there. Not that I want us not to talk about matters, we shove them under the carpet. No, let's find ways to discuss so that we don't have to, end up saying F word, I don't care, you can go to hell, all those things. Because once we talk like that, it means we are even, messing.
You're allowing the devil to
take over. Exactly, thank you.
So it's the parent versus the devil.
The devil.
It's not
the child.
Exactly.
I think that is that. And really, how as we close, Kutlwano, how do you think we can prevent further injuries between parents and children from a perspective here, a child?
I would say honesty is absolutely the best policy, especially from the parent side, because you spoke about, if you see that this communication is going to lead to a point of us swearing at one another, you're already coming from a place of hurt and your own experiences. I don't know the experiences. I'm just looking at it as, I want to speak with you as my parent, but you're not giving me an ear to hear me out. Parents do not give children their ears. A child can come and complain about you, and you will feel, I'm not like that. What? Not me. No, yeah. So stop trying to paint a picture thinking that children cannot see, children cannot tell you that you are wrong. It's okay to allow your kids, even their approach, obviously, as time goes, they'll be able to learn and know that, you know what, I really do not have to be disrespectful in telling mama, well, mama, I didn't like the way that you spoke to me yesterday. This also teaches communication in all aspects of one's life, Because now, if I can't speak to you, I will not be able to speak to my friend. I will not be able to speak to my future husband, or I will not be able to speak to my boss at work.
Yo.
Just because
Jesus.
my parent has given me that barrier. So be careful, just be honest as a parent and be like, oh, Kutlano, what you're asking me is very hard for me to speak about at this point because it's making me think of when my mother did this, or when my father did this, or when my husband did this. So let me deal with these emotions, then we can address it and come back. Don't make your child to come pestering you now every time, because we learn from our parents. So pestering, see.
Yo, dear viewer, this is hot. This was hot, but I understand. In other words, as parents, we need to allow ourselves to be vulnerable before our children. We must not make ourselves like, iron ladies. We don't feel pain. We are like this, and this is how it's going to be done. So we need to loosen up, and we are human beings after all. So this was what we had for you today, and may God bless you.
You are watching True Way Television.